Right now on WCNC Charlotte at 11, President Trump signed an executive order today that would offer relief for millions of unemployed Americans. Now, he bypassed Congress to get this done. So now legal experts are wondering, can he do this? We'll take a look at that. Plus, a group gathered in Gaston County today calling for a Confederate statue there to stay up. We'll tell you why they said county commissioners didn't have the right to remove it. And
God. I don't know how to explain it. I don't know how else to explain it, but that's the only reason I'm still here.
A young man made a remarkable recovery less than a month after a terrifying accident that very well could have taken his life. Thank you so much for joining us here for the news at 11. We are going to get to all those stories in just a minute, but first, we do want to start off with the forecast. It was such a beautiful day today, but there are going to be some lingering showers. So meteorologist Aisha Scott is joining us now for what you can expect. Good evening. All right, sounds good, Aisha. Thank you very much. Now, the number of coronavirus cases in the United States has now topped 5 million. Even more stark, it only took 16 days to get from 4 million to 5 million cases. Now, here in North Carolina, 1,954 new cases were reported today. But the positive test rate is staying stable at 7.4%. Meanwhile, hospitalizations are starting to level off with more than 1,100 people in the hospital today. Now, in South Carolina, look at that. That is the average case count you see dipping down, and there were 1,177 new cases today. The positive test rate, though, is more than double what North Carolina's is at just under 16%. Now, today, President Trump signed an executive order that would give some much-needed coronavirus relief to Americans. He has been saying he was going to do this because leaders in the House and the Senate have still not been able to come to an agreement on relief. So he bypassed them with this, and now legal experts are questioning exactly what this executive order can do. NBC's Kelly O'Donnell has the latest. Now, before that announcement by the president, a caravan of drivers protested outside of Senator Thom Tillis' office in Raleigh today. Now, the group was made up of educators, parents, and cafeteria workers who were calling on the senator to support the HEROES Act, which was introduced by House Democrats to give federal relief from the coronavirus.
So, Senator Tillis, today I ask you not to represent a party. Today I ask you to represent the people of North Carolina. I ask you to take care of our communities, our families, our public schools. I ask you to uphold the duties of your office.
Now, Senator Tillis has not commented on that rally. Meanwhile, in Gaston County, there was a different kind of rally today to save the Confederate monument there. Now, this is just days after the Gaston County Commission voted to have the monument removed. And the group believes that that vote was done illegally. WCNC's Lexi Wilson has the latest. Lexi, thank you. Now, tonight, CMPD is investigating a crash that killed one person. Police say 3 vehicles were involved in this crash that happened at 3:40 this afternoon on Sunset Road near Statesville Road. Now, we know that one of those vehicles was a motorcycle and that one person was killed. Another person was taken to the hospital with life-threatening injuries, but no word yet on what caused that crash. Now, in South Charlotte, a utility worker was killed after being hit by a car. Police say the accident happened just after 6 a.m. on Granite Street near Westinghouse Boulevard, and that the victim, 59-year-old Thomas Reynolds Porter Jr., was marking underground utilities when that car hit him. Now, police say that the driver did stop immediately and called 911, and CMPD does not believe that driver was impaired or speeding. OSHA has been notified of that accident. Well, the outlook did not look good for a man who got into a terrifying accident with a tractor trailer on I-85 last month. Look at this. This was his car after the crash. He actually had to be pried out of it. Well, today we were there at the hospital to see how not only did he survive this, but has made an incredible recovery.
This was the moment 25-year-old Jabari Nelson got out of the hospital.
I can't express it how much I'm thankful. Just because, you know, I could have been dead. I could have been gone.
His family and friends believe it was nothing short of a miracle, because this was his car after an accident with a tractor trailer on I-85 on July 13th that required the jaws of life to get him out and left him with severe brain injuries.
When it first happened, even in trauma ICU, they said this could be 3 to 6 months in ICU.
But Jabari's mother, Nichelle, says it wasn't even half that.
He came out of ICU in 10 days.
Nichelle says she attributes Jabari's remarkable recovery in part to his own will and determination.
They couldn't keep up with his rehab because he was breaking every barrier, breaking every goal that they set for him.
But Jabari will tell you there was more at work than just himself.
God. I don't know how to explain it. I don't know how else to explain it, but that's the only reason I'm still here.
Not only was Jabari able to leave after an accident that could have been fatal, he was strong enough to stand and take a few steps.
I'm definitely thankful to the Lord, and I just want to thank everybody else for being here. I love y'all.
Now, Jabari also has a young daughter who was also there to see him get into the car and go home. Absolutely incredible story. Now, keeping the good news train going, CMPD partnered with the Brooklyn Collective and Grooming Greatness Foundation to host a back-to-school backpack and supply drive. Now, kids and their parents were able to pick up supplies, and everything was free for them. So if you missed it, the department does plan to hold more backpack giveaways, including 3 of them next Saturday. Officers in Waxhaw gave supplies to kids there as well for back to school. They held 2 back-to-back giveaways, and kids were able to get some clothes, some shoes, some food, and some school supplies. Well, a father's emotional call for God to help rescue his daughter after a fallen tree trapped her in their home is coming up after the break. Welcome back. Well, an emotional father thanked God for helping him rescue his 7-year-old daughter who got trapped inside their New Jersey home when a tree split the house in 2 during Tropical Storm Isaias. Now, Greg Ramirez, his fiance, and his 2 young kids all got trapped, but all of them were able to get out except 7-year-old Mia. And when she couldn't be found, Greg started praying.
After a few seconds, I said, God, I can't find her. Take everything from me. Take my things, take the house, help me find my daughter, help me get my family out, and I'll be happy. Just help me do this. Out of nowhere, as soon as I finished my prayer, I felt a little hand grab my hand, and that's where I just pulled her out.
Wow, that is incredible. Now, our GoFundMe page has raised thousands of dollars as the family figures out what's next. Alrighty, how about some weather, shall we? Today was my kind of a day. It was low 90s, I didn't get rained on, but that might be coming, right? All right, that is almost it for us, but before we go, we want to give you a final check of the weather. Aisha?
Yeah, we were back into the 90s today, Lana, and then the 90s are going to stick around to end the weekend and even into next week. Our rain chances will be going up into next week as well, but temperatures will start to come back down closer to normal into the upper 80s by the end of the week, Lana.
All right, thank you very much, and thank you for watching NBC Charlotte News at 11. We are going to have the latest news, weather, and sports right back here at 6 a.m. Saturday Night Live is next. Have a great night.